I'm Ranger Rebecca, and welcome to the McClintock House in Waterloo, New York. The McClintock were key organizers and supporters of the first Women's Rights Convention held July 19th and 20th, 1848 in the neighboring town of Seneca Falls, New York. This family's work, though, in reform started before the 1848 convention and would continue afterwards as well. The McClintock family moves to Waterloo in 1836, bringing with them Thomas McClintock, Mary Ann McClintock, and their children, Elizabeth McClintock, Mary Ann Jr., Sarah, Julia, and Charlie. They moved here from Philadelphia, bringing their ideas with them, such as their Quaker faith, that each person has an inner light and we are all therefore equal. Also their work within abolition, helping be members in anti-slavery societies, even founding the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Society, and being members of the Free Produce Society. They will not touch anything that is made by slave labor. Within the first month of living here, though, in Waterloo, their influence is already felt, with Waterloo establishing its first anti-slavery society, meeting above Thomas McClintock's new drugstore here in town. They will not only bring their ideas into the drugstore, but into the home as well. So let's head on in and learn more about this family and their influence on the first Women's Rights Convention. Welcome to the McClintock family home, a home that was known fully for its hospitality, in which its guests will write how welcoming it is. In particular, Thomas Milford, a son of a slave-owning family, writes down that he was fully welcome and that there was suddenly a chair empty nor a bed, that the famous and the friendless would sit together and create and color alike were forgotten. This is a home that was filled with the freshest literature, and we're interested in answering the vital questions of the time. And for vital questions of the time, they are looking at how to achieve this inner light, this equality throughout all. This family's involvement in abolition would lead them to be involved in anti-slavery societies, conventions, petitions, and even open their home up to the Underground Railroad. But their work did not just stop with abolition and anti-slavery. They are also involved in peace movements, temperance, and regulation of alcohol, along with relief efforts for the potato Irish famine. This family was truly a family of the world, trying to seek out equality and how they could make it a better place, all based on their Quaker belief system. So no wonder it leads them into the women's rights as well. In 1848, Mary Ann McClintock, along with the ladies, will receive an invite to attend a tea to be hosted in the honor of Lucretia Mott at Jane Hunt's house on the edge of Waterloo. The McClintocks will accept this invite and will gather there. We know that there is Lucretia Mott, her sister Martha Coffin Wright, Jane Hunt, Mary Ann McClintock, along with a newcomer to town, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who gathered to catch up about life. But as they do so, Elizabeth Cady Stanton tells us, she pours out her heart and soul onto the table, and being in a room of like-minded individuals, they decide to take action. Their take action for back then is then to organize a convention, and they will be set to work in that moment. Giving themselves just simply 10 days, they'll send out an advertisement to be sent into the newspapers. A women's rights convention to be held at the Wesleyan Chapel in Seneca Falls, New York, July 19th and 20th, 1848, featuring Lucretia Mott. As soon as they leave that place, work will begin. Elizabeth McClintock will actually be known for her executive ability, set to work on the background stuff. She'll send an invite to Frederick Douglass, inviting him here. Shortly thereafter, Elizabeth Cady Stanton will then arrive here at the McClintock house on July 16th, 1848, to then plan out the next part of the first Women's Rights Convention to be held. So with that, we can head to the room where it all happened, the family parlor. Having issued a call out just a week ago for the first Women's Rights Convention, Elizabeth Cady Stanton will meet the McClintocks here at their home in Waterloo in the family parlor, a space that we'd probably consider like a living room today, full of discussion and lively debate. We know that the women will gather here around the mahogany table, and most likely it was Elizabeth McClintock, Mary Ann McClintock, her daughter Mary Ann Jr., and possibly Julia or Sarah join them as well. As Elizabeth arrives at 10 o'clock, she'll bring with her a rough draft of what she thinks can be proposed at the convention. The ladies will read through it and decide that they need to find something a little bit stronger. So they begin going through the books that are here. The peace movements, the temperance, the anti-slavery. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, though, will say that they are all too tame and pacific for the start of a rebellion that the world had never before seen. They'll continue searching until someone pulls out the Declaration of 1776, and will read it with such enthusiasm and excitement that the group decides that that is it. They will use the Declaration of Independence as their model, with a few tweaks to it, changing out King George to all men, and changing a line that we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, to we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women are created equal. And just like our founding fathers had 18 issues, grievances with the king, the women will set to work to finding their 18 issues. For Elizabeth tells us we know what it is like to be a woman, but to put it into words, we began digging. We went through codes books and statutes, they went through church usages, they went through the customs of the time, searching for what is it truly like to be a woman in 1848. After all this research and this day spent, they will come up with their 18 grievances as well. From access to education, to access to jobs, equal pay, divorce rights. Elizabeth Cady Stanton will even make sure that the elective franchise, the right to vote, is included in the Declaration. And when all is done, they say that they are proud about it, that this is a document that they can propose to the world. And it will sit there for 3 more days. On July 19, 1848, the McClintock family will head on over to the Wesleyan Chapel in Seneca Falls, New York. And the first time ever, the Declaration of Sentiments will be read aloud by Elizabeth Cady Stanton. The family, though, will be heavily involved. Elizabeth McClintock and Mary Ann Jr. will be ushers and pass out copies of the Declaration of Sentiments, even throw speeches in support. Their mother, Mary Ann Sr., will actually be the secretary, keeping all the minutes for this historic meeting. And Thomas McClintock will serve as a chair on the evening of the second night. At the end, when those are asked to sign, the McClintock family, extended included, will be the single largest family to sign the Declaration of Sentiments. 13 people, with 4 in the immediate family itself. And their work did not stop there, though. This family will continue organizing and gaining support. They'll be heavily involved in the organization of the Second Women's Rights Convention held 2 weeks later in Rochester, New York. And their words that they helped craft in this room will continue to expand throughout the nation and capture America as they read the new words from the Declaration of Independence transformed into the Declaration of Sentiments. This family, though, will leave Waterloo in 1856, leaving behind their legacy and their work. But the movement has gone beyond these walls, and this family will continue on with that movement as well.